Welcome to Home Dad Chat, brought to you by the National At Home Dad Network. My name is Brock,
My name is Danny.
and we are here to talk about life as stay at home dads. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
No, I don't want much. I even love handmade crafts made of macaroni. Come on now, you should know me. Times I might eat too much. No worry about my weight, got the dad bod rocking on me. Sketches on my feet, cargo shorts look good on me. I'm a dad, that's what I do.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the show. Hope you've had a great week. Glad to have you back. Just figured we'd hit record after having about a good 15-20 minute conversation without hitting record, but it was all prep for this episode, I guess, right, Danny?
Sure. It was prep. We were prepping. Someone asked me, "What are you going to talk about on the podcast?" I'm like, "I don't know." And they're like,
Yeah.
wait, don't you like plan?" I'm like, "Do I look like a guy that plans stuff? Come on, look at his hair. You don't plan this. This just happens."
We just walk in, hit record, and see
See
what
what
happens.
happens. Yeah.
Who knows? We're not professional at all. Oh man. Yeah, so I know we've recorded and talked about the 4th of July a few times and whatnot, but actually when this is recording, 4th just happened the week prior, and went up to David McMillan's and hung out up at his place. But what was really funny was, of course, like just any other situation, both my kids got hurt while they were up there. I can't win. So that was really
Now, hurt or
interesting.
injured? Are we talking like scraped up and bruised? Or are we talking broken something? Where?
I would say I would say just well, Hezekiah, so like there's a ramp for the slip and slide, and he was running in like a train of kids, and he did not center himself, and so when he went to go down, he actually went off the side and
Oh,
landed on one of those sprinklers that has like a line, and then like it's
ouch!
bad. Like so he kind of
Oof.
messed up his side a little bit on that one. So
Yeah.
that one was pretty rough. And then Ruby fell off of a pool ladder, and so
Mm.
like she kind of banged up her leg or whatever. So I don't know. I guess just summer injuries
Yep.
is the best way to put
Standard.
it.
Standard.
Yeah, standard stuff. No big deal. But yeah, I mean, it was a fun time though. We had a good time. So that was the nice
Awesome.
part. Yeah, a lot of people I did not know who were there, and then a few people who I had not seen in a while were there. So
Cool.
we had a good time with that. But yeah.
Y'all do fireworks?
Yes. So yeah, David went out and bought fireworks, and we shot them off. And actually, I'll tell you, fireworks, man, they're so much more on a personal level than they used to be. Like as far as just what they do.
Mm-hmm.
You think about it, you'd buy like one of those, like, what do you call them? Like the cellophane cardboard boxes full of
Yeah.
miscellaneous fountains and whatnot. And that nowadays, I mean, you can go buy like big, huge boxes that have, the actual canisters with the mortars in them that are like an inch or 2 inches and stuff, and have like a whole show basically. So that was pretty much what he did. He had it all like he had it all lined up from like smallest to biggest and everything. So we were going out there and just firing everything off. It was a good time.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I stayed home with COVID. Yay.
Yeah, I
So
heard.
that was a thing. But my kids also got injured, at least one of them. So we got that going for us. They were out and they had a really big storm blow in up at the lake, and they
Oh
were
no.
trying to get the lily pad in. And the lily,
Yeah.
those are like the big,
Yep.
like 12-foot long foam boards that you roll up and try to get in. And they were moving it into we call it the bunkhouse, but it's basically just like a storage building, little shed or whatever. And the wind caught and slammed them into the storm door that was open, but it smashed them against it, and it cut my brother-in-law's arm through his coat, through his raincoat, whatever. So it cut him pretty bad. And then
Dang.
my 15-year-old, it got him in the foot. So anyway, he was fine. He's 15. It's healed already. I'm like, butthead. How are you
Must be
doing
nice.
this? Right? I don't remember ever being that fast. But yeah, but my kids had a great time. They were, I've got multiple videos and pictures of them playing in the water and jumping off the boat. And they didn't do any tubing or anything, crazy, crazy, but still had a great time. Went out on the kayaks together and and Marnie really, really recharges in the water. She just loves the water, loves being on the water, even just being like on the coast and having a storm come in. She said that's one of her favorite things is when the sea gets kind of dark and really starts, showing its power, I guess. But they had a great time. And I had well, I lived. So I guess I had a great time too, at the end of it. COVID for a lot of people is really nothing. It's not even, it's like the flu at most. And you're aware you got 3 years pretty good, but mine, I, I don't have any, like I'm not immunocompromised or anything like that. The doctor has no reason for it, but it just hits me really hard. Um, and whatever that looks like. So yeah, I was a little concerned for, the few minutes that I was awake over like a 3-day period.
Yeah,
But I slept and slept and slept some more, and it was
that's
really
the
cool.
key.
My
Yep.
18-year-old had to work, so he couldn't go with him. So he just brought me cheeseburgers. You know, he would come
I
home and
mean, at
it'd
least
be
you could eat cheeseburgers.
right.
That's
Yeah,
good. Like
yeah.
I
My
couldn't eat
stomach was
anything quite
fine,
like
of
that. That's
course.
nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're lucky. That's usually
yeah,
the other thing that comes with it.
yeah, yeah. This wasn't so bad that time. This time wasn't that so bad at that. But yeah, but it's good. It's good. And then like I said, they had a great time. We had a few people local that were popping off fireworks, but we had a big show downtown. I didn't see it, obviously, but that was what.
You heard it.
Yeah, and that's. I think most people just went, well, I'm not going to do anything at home. I'm just going to go. They either went out of town, like our family did, or they went downtown and watched the big show. So it was pretty cool. It was a good weekend, I think,
Yeah,
and everybody had a fun time.
we had a few big shows around here. There was a huge, I would call it parenting fail that took place at one of the local shows. There were apparently a large, very large number of uh, kids without parents at this event. And they
Really?
brought, yeah, yeah. Like from the reports, it says there were like 400 juveniles just walking around and
What?
they were hanging out in an area where they were literally throwing fireworks into like groups of people.
Oh my
And
God.
to the untrained ear, sometimes
Mm-hmm.
that sounds like gunshots. And
Yep.
when people are already on high alert because they're in a large capacity area,
Mm-hmm.
it induced mass panic and caused a huge situation to take place. There were even police officers who were actually injured by the
Oh.
fireworks that they were throwing
Oh.
around too. And so now the city's dealing with like, what do we do about this situation? Who all should be, like, are we going after the parents? Are we going after the kids? Like,
Mm-hmm.
like what does this all look like? So they got their hands full, but yeah, it was really sad that, you know, you can't just go places anymore without having even something like that take place. And, it's all due to just, parents not teaching their kids how to respectfully go to a public
Right.
gathering. So yeah, so that was the big news here in town, and it was really sad to like wake up because I didn't know about it. I wasn't there. I went to a different July 4th thing that was super low key, but to wake up and hear that news, I was just like, that sucks. It's like one of the biggest fireworks displays in the city. It's been
Yeah.
around forever, and for just some people that do not respect one just respecting other groups of people being around trying to have fun, but also to just even, the whole idea of Independence Day and like the actual like foundational meaning behind what that day is. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so that was the other thing that took place here in town, and that was I was so angered more at the parents than I was at the kids in some ways because it's like
Well, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I can't say that you can raise any child to be respectful and to be kind in public or to be respectful, at least in public. I'm certain that there are people in the world who just don't have that thing in them. They don't, they're narcissist or whatever. There's a reason why they're just going to be a butthead. Okay. But overall, for the most part, we should have the ability to train our children in a way that is going to keep them from being disrespectful in public.
Yeah.
And help them understand this is the rules and this is why we have the rules, which I think is much more important, especially when, we're talking about a generation who might have a lot more existential dread than any other generation has had because of all the things going on in the world and climate change and just, there are studies out saying, well, you got about 30 years and the world's going to die. What? Okay. And even if that never happens, living with that thought, kids need that stability, that routine, that respect, that understanding that this is how we act. This is not how we act,
Yeah.
you
Well,
know?
just also too the fact that like, when your kid is 16, 17 years old, they have their license and they can go places and things like that incident take place. And then now like you have to go with them to an event that you don't want to go to, but at the same time, you've taught your kid to be respectful of the situation, and now they're being punished for past people's stupidity. And
Mm-hmm.
it's just really that's probably the thing that's most annoying to me because like even things as simple as like going to Kings Island to an amusement park, it's like, hey, like I don't need to go with my 16, 17-year-old to an amusement park. They're highly capable to go ride rides with their friends and hang out and have a good time. However, because of past experiences with other people, once dark hits, they can't be there.
Mm-hmm.
And so they don't get that experience of riding rides at night and stuff unless there's an adult there with them. And it's just like, it's just frustrating. There's quite a few parents that just need to do better.
Mm-hmm.
That's that's really what it comes down to. And I'm not saying I'm a great parent or anything like that, but dang it, like try to at least do something. Like
Right.
don't just send your feral cat child out into the world and expect them to learn good manners, But also too, I guess, you know, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree in that fashion as well. So I mean, if
There's that.
parents don't have any respect for society and things like that, then of course like they're not going to teach that to their kids too. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the other hand on it.
Yeah.
Hey, we were talking actually before we get into that. I wanted to put out a quick plug. So like there's a whole I think we were talking about this. There's like a whole movement called Dad Supporting Dads going on online right now. A lot of it was started by Kevin Selden and
With all
the
parents welcome.
with All Parents Welcome, yeah, and kind of changing around city dads groups to being dad supporting dads groups basically.
Mm-hmm.
And so like that hashtag is taken off like wildfire through TikTok and Instagram. And
Cool.
it's been cool because like I'll get on there and I'll find all these other dads from all over the country and they're sharing about what they're doing and just getting connected with their dads. And I actually ended up having a conversation with one of the dads. He goes by Dadly Dad, and he's a younger guy, super nice dad. Actually, he kind of has started up like a little brand thing of his own, and so we were talking back and forth about stuff. But he also, I know, like we have our Discord for our at-home dads and stuff. He started up a Discord actually for just for all dads as well to get on, and I just wanted to basically shout him out because one, his content's hilarious. He's really good at what he does. I couldn't do the things that he's putting together, but I just wanted to put a shout out to him because he's just
Cool.
trying to rally dads together, and I think it's great.
Mm-hmm.
We need more of that. Um,
Absolutely. I
yeah,
agree. I mean, we've said that a hundred times.
yep,
You need a mentor in a men's group, period. You need to find your dads in the area, or even if you have to do this online and sit with them, hang out with them. We were talking earlier about road trips that we've made, or road trips we may make, going to conventions and stuff like that with other dads. And it's been, and I said it earlier, and I'm repeating it to you, but nobody else has heard it, I guess, that that's some of my fondest memories
Oh
is
yeah.
being just one on one with another dad. We're just driving, so we have music to share and then we have stories to share, and that's it. And we just talk about all the things going on. And it's not as good as sitting around a campfire, I'll admit, but driving together and just being with somebody else who is understanding, who gets what you're going through, and supporting them just by being there. I love to hear that. I love to hear that
Yeah.
they're doing that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Andrew is the one that started all that, and it's exciting. So hopefully
Andrew,
his
who?
I didn't get a last name. I just got a first name.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, it's all good though. So Dadly Dad, check it out. Like I said on TikTok mainly is what where he's at. But yeah, but no, road trips definitely are fun for Home Dad Con. I've gone on a couple of those. That was the one thing that we were talking about before we hit record on this was sort of like this year's Home Dad Con and situations that be, especially in my family, with whether or not we're going. And unfortunately, Corey and I were slated to speak, but that's not going to happen just because there's just way too much life
Hmm.
pushing in from all sides. I feel like Luke and the gang in the trash compactor. It really does feel like that. No kidding. C3PO, shut it off.
Shut
Like,
down all the trash compactors on the detention level. Shut down all the detention
yeah,
level.
exactly.
Easy, Luke.
Yeah,
We got you. Easy. Calm down.
that's definitely that's and then also too something swimming around grabbing my leg every once in a while. Uh,
Well, it's definitely been a you've been living in interesting times. Is an old proverb that they always say that was actually a curse. May
mm,
you live in interesting times was a curse because it is just the most demanding part of life. And I think anybody that's listened to the show knows that you've definitely been pushed, and your whole family has been just kind
yeah,
of slowly getting crushed by stuff. And I honestly, I really hope that you can find a way to make it to Home Dad Con this year. I will just say this for me personally, it won't be the same without you. And I think you're able to benefit the convention and the people that are there in a lot of different ways, but also I think your family and you would be benefited from it. And we say this a
yeah,
lot about everybody else, right? But the reality is, once a year, we get to leave our jobs and hopefully leave them behind, although they do kind of track us sometimes, and spend time again with other people that get us, that understand. And not only can we get benefit out of that, but we can also benefit others. And the end result, and I said this at my very first Home Dad Con, I came back from it and I realized that I was a better dad.
yeah,
I was just a better dad because of the things that I learned, the people that I talked to, the affirmation I got that, yeah, you're doing the thing that you need to be doing. Own this. This is a job. This is a thing that you should be doing. And I hope that it works out for you. We're not going to start a GoFundMe, but I'm hoping we can, somehow that you and your family can work that out and that you can make it.
yeah. No, definitely.
Sincerely.
I've definitely benefited from past conventions, and I know that I'm not the only dad in this situation too. There are definitely other dads who are in tight spots, that kind of stuff, and
Hmm.
not able to make it, and
Yeah.
so we'll see what happens out of that. But yeah, I mean, I I know from going to past home dad cons that especially ones where I'm just like, I don't know that I want to be here. I don't, like one, because you're just like, oh, I got away. Now what? This all seems like a blur. But the speakers that I've heard about just parenting styles and how to react to situations and
Hmm.
that kind of thing, like those have been instrumental in helping me to ground myself when things get crazy or the kids are doing things that they're just trying to get attention or there's just a situation where it's like I'm tired, they're tired, they
Hmm.
do something crazy. It's like, all right, like I need to not snap right here. I need to be the level-headed one in this situation.
Right.
And that's all stuff that I don't know if I would have those tools if I hadn't gone to previous home dad cons, because that wasn't anything that I don't feel like that's anything like you just like your parent like our parents don't they don't pass that stuff down. It's not
Hmm.
like and of course as a kid you're not privy to it or you're not observing that at
Yeah.
all. So
Yeah.
then when you become a parent, you're like, oh shit, like the kid left the manual inside the mom. Like now what? Like,
You were supposed to bring the manual with you.
oh, Hezekiah uses that. He'd be like, he's like, I don't know. I left the manual inside. I'm sorry, I forgot. Like he brings that up because we've talked about that a few times.
That's hilarious.
Corey and I have, and it's a really funny comment when he makes it. So, but yeah, I mean, it's just
And I'm just going to
that's
say
part
this,
of
just
it.
going to
Yeah.
put it out there. You have at least one child that has or will have probably long hair, and this is going to be the first time in 10 years when we've been able to get somebody to the convention to teach us to braid hair.
Right. Yeah.
You might
No, I
not
know.
you might not get that again. I mean,
Well,
that's
and
it,
isn't
it was
he?
a struggle. It was a struggle to get this done. And we only
Yeah.
did it because this guy has a social media presence he's trying
I
to
was gonna say,
build.
yeah, he's
You
the
know,
guy that's on social media. He's
yeah,
on TikTok or whatever.
yeah,
He's really doing like, yeah. I remember coming across him. I think before you guys actually, like the committee actually even found him or something like that. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like this guy right here, he has no idea what
right.
what
The
what he is
untapped
creating.
potential that you
Right.
have. We have a captive audience who is waiting to learn this hands on. And because a lot of
He's gonna
us,
come in. They're just gonna bring him in on his shoulders. It's gonna it's
yep,
gonna be it's
we
gonna
each have
be
a
like
mannequin
a
head. We each have a mannequin head. We're dancing. Yeah. Yeah, and it's just a small thing, and honestly, you can learn this other places, but I'm putting it out there just because it's one little more tidbit of temptation. Think about the ability to braid your child's hair.
yeah.
I mean, I am unable to do it well. I can do a braid, but I do a little tiara braid, and it's basically just it goes around their head like a tiara, and you basically tie it in the back. You don't tie it, but you do the things, whatever those
Yeah.
elastic hairband did in the back, and it's cute, and it stays for maybe 8 hours, maybe, and then it just starts falling all apart. And
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't think I have that kind of manual dexterity. I've tried to knit, I've tried to crochet. These things are just too difficult for me. But the ability to sit with your child and to help them feel better about themselves, to be able to look at themselves and go, ah, I am adorable. And to be able to go out into the world with that attitude, with that
Yeah.
understanding. And especially for kids like at the middle school ages, when middle school is the worst. It's just the worst for cliques and groups and everybody just saying, well, you're not like me, so I don't like you. And that entire thing and that confidence that our children need to weather those type of things can simply come from having time with their dad, helping them look in a way that they find more appealing, that they're more proud of, they're more confident in. So think of
Yeah.
that, man.
Yeah.
You
Well,
could be
he
you could be
his content.
instructing your child to be confident and help them get through middle school.
Well, his content is what helped me
Piling it on thick.
to be able to be more confident in doing a French braid on
Yeah.
Ruby's hair.
Oh, I
So
bet. Yeah, I cannot do a fridge. So good on you,
I
man.
so she comes up to me pretty regularly and like it's funny too because I'm like, all right, like I gotta like get my fingers all situated and everything. Like, wake up. It's early
Yeah.
in the morning and you want me to use my fingers of dexterity to do a French braid. Oh, pray for me. But
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I mean like he's definitely helped out with that. So like and other things too, just with even knowing how to put different hairstyles together. So yeah, I'm excited that he's gonna be there. But yeah, it's gonna be it'll be interesting. We'll just see what all takes place of it because
Well, just don't commit to not going yet. Don't
no,
commit to not going. Okay. That's all I want to just say. Maybe you can't, and that's what happens. But if you commit to not going, then you'll definitely not going. No is no. But if it can be a maybe, then maybe things can change, you
Oh
know?
no, trust me. Like about every few hours, I get on Southwest and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
looking at the flight. I'm like, oh, okay, there, it's still there. All right, that
And
kind of,
we can, it's basically it's four things. It's the flight, it's the hotel, it's the ticket, and it's the food. And I think the hotel and the ticket we can definitely take care
I'm
of,
small.
you
I
know.
can fit like Eddie Munster in a dresser drawer.
Yeah, I got
I'll
a
be okay.
tub. You can sleep in the tub. It's fine.
There, there
You
you
got to be
go.
out by
Yeah.
6:15 because I'm taking a shower, whether you're there or not. You don't want
Hey,
to be a part of that,
6:15 wake up call. That's all I gotta
right?
say. I'm there.
Get up, up, up. But yeah,
Slow
don't
drip of water on the forehead.
Chinese water tour. But also, I'm saying this too to anybody else that's out there that may be struggling with how they're going to make it, how it's going to happen, and do not, of course, sacrifice other things that your family needs to do this. That would be selfish. But understand that self care is not selfish, and we need this recharge. This is a time for anybody that's out there. Don't say no, say maybe. Maybe I
Yeah.
can go. Maybe I can go. Maybe I can go in San Antonio. Maybe I could be in Chicago, which is going to be our 30th and should be a huge blowout. And I can't wait to get that one done. But don't say no. Just say maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't put a full kibosh on it, so I
Good.
it's more like I think I told Joe Saladino in a text message the other day. I'm like, yeah, I'm like 80% out right at the moment because
Hmm.
that's how I feel.
That's
So
20% though,
yeah, that's what he said. He's like I'm holding on to that 20%.
right? Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
And
Yeah.
and we've talked enough. You and I talked previously, before the show about my belief that you should do it if you can.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to belabor that point here, but I do want it. I do want to bring it out again because of people that are listening. We may have dads out there who aren't sure. Should I go? Yes, absolutely, you should. Can you go? That's going to be up to, of course, personal decisions, your finances, your family, getting someone to take care of your kids while you're not there. It's so much of a commitment. But the convention has made, I feel like every person that I've talked to about the convention, it's made them a better dad. It's
Yeah.
helped them lean into this job and become better at it and to truly commit to saying, I'm an at home dad,
Yeah.
you
Well,
know?
the other thing too, I think I hear this every single year from a lot of dads that are in like the private group on Facebook is how do you guys get it? How do you guys do this? Like, how do you
Mm-hmm.
get the up, how do you make it to where you can be away for that long, those few days and all this different stuff. And I think, you know, one, I wanted to just be able to talk about this because like everybody's like, you go every year. How do you get to do that? And it's like, well, sometimes I mean, yeah, it's every year, but it's the same time too. It's like, it's not an easy decision,
Yeah.
especially like in this
Uh-uh.
situation. Like, it's very, very difficult. I mean, anybody that knows me knows that basically when my voice gets like this, where I'm just like, "Brr," like there, it's heavy. Like, it
Yeah.
really is heavy. It's a heavy decision. And so, my main thing is just it's a sacrifice. Like there are
Mm-hmm.
things involved in it, and I still have to have a conversation. Still need to have another conversation about it with Corey and figure out what we're gonna what and if and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I my main thing is that one, I want other dads to hear that it's not always easy to get
Mm.
to the
Mm-mm.
convention at all. Like, it can be
Agreed.
very difficult. But at the same time, too, the benefits of going outweigh everything in that.
Right.
Um, so if you can make it happen, then you should definitely go.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Absolutely. And it's a
so we'll see what happens.
sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's I know my youngest is 10. She can make her own dinner, right?
Hmm.
My kids don't need me like they do when they're younger. My wife is has really committed to her career and is doing very well at it. So financially, we're doing very well. And it's still a sacrifice we're
Oh
making.
yeah.
I mean, it's still, I went out and I actually did side work and got enough money to pay for my hotel this year. And I'm very proud of that, actually. I'm like, who makes money now? Well, of course, it's my wife, but but I got that, and worked very hard for it and put in my time for it. But it's still a sacrifice. There's
Yeah.
so many things that, like, because school will have started, and who's going to get the kids to school every day? Well, they probably are, but Marnie's going to have to be here a lot more. She's going to have to be aware of what's going on, like with the kids every single day. She's going to have to be ready to leave her job and go take them their lunch or backpack or whatever. If somebody gets sick, she has to go pick them up. And it's such an upheaval of our normal schedule that we arrange it a year in advance
Yeah.
because it's that important and it's that useful. It's that helpful to me. And Marnie knows. She's told me, she's like, yeah, you're a better dad. Every time you come back, you're recharged, you're ready, you take on the day like never before. And then about 8 months in, you start to be whittled away and start to just wear out. And by the time the convention comes, I'm ready to send you because
Yeah.
you have given everything you had, and we make that sacrifice. It's a worthy sacrifice. And again, if people need financial help, we do have a scholarship for that. That's what it's
Yeah.
for. That deadline has passed on that, of course. But for Chicago, go ahead and put your name in the hat. Let us know. I'm gonna need help with my flight. Okay, cool. You need help with your flight. We will put that in the list and talk to you next year for Chicago or whatever.
We
But
just need to rent out a floor of a parking garage near the hotel for HomeDadCon in Chicago. Be much easier
yes.
than the hotel cost, probably.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
But
Chicago's a
yeah,
big
no,
one.
it definitely. So yeah, so we'll see what happens. But I mean, and everybody will know when I know
Hmm.
what takes place out of it, because
But just
one,
don't commit to no. Just don't commit
yeah,
to no. Just understand that there's still a possibility and look for the possibilities.
I'll
And
leave
if
the
you
lid off
can't,
the
you
bucket.
can't. You know, if you can't, you can't. We all understand that. Shoot,
Yeah.
it's not
Well,
easy.
hopefully others that are hearing this, you know, they feel like they're not standing alone in this, same
Right.
mindset too. So that was, that's the other thing with this. So hopefully
Encourage
that
them.
will either, yeah, encourage them, and also too at the same time, if they are a solid no, that they know that they're not alone in the fact that there are others too that couldn't make it for different life
Right.
reasons and things like that. So, but there is always next year. So
Yep.
that's the other side to it. So, well, hey, I don't want to belabor this any more than what it is. The
Hmm.
the horse is dead, and we didn't.
Got to stop hitting it. It's not going to keep
Poor
moving.
horse. Yeah. So yeah, but we'll come back with happier conversations next week, and I don't know what those will be, but we'll make them happy, however it is. So,
We'll put a
but until
positive
then,
spin.
yeah, until then, y'all have a great week. We'll talk to you soon.
Good night, everybody.
I'm a dad, that's what I do.